I would like to welcome you all out to the Daniel Stevens Show. Today we're going to start off with some horrendous news. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump. That's crazy. Who would think in the modern time we live in that we'll actually witness a president getting assassinated? Bullet whizzed past his ear. They said it was some casualties. Shit's crazy out there. It's crazy. The country's really divided right now. I don't know why. We're divided by all the wrong things. Instead of us coming together, we're drifting apart. So what's happening is now our country is open. It's open for interpretation. So we have these factions coming here, building themselves, because they don't know where that came from. It could have been from the Democratic Party, or the Republican, or who knows where this could have came from. They killed the guy. The guy killed somebody, almost hit the former president. And that shit's crazy. It's crazy. And you just sit back and watch. We're gonna watch Monday. We're gonna see how The View and Sonny Hostin and all these people are gonna react to it, because people were praising. I was like looking on social media. People were like, "Oh, he had one job." Like, damn, like, yo, dude has been going through hell and back, fighting cases after case. When I tell you, he's looking like the American dream, because he's been persecuted, prosecuted, and attempted assassination in under 6 months on the road to trying to get to presidency. So this should make people wonder, why are they going so hard to stop him? You want to know why? He's a disruption to the system. And I was explaining this to my lady earlier. I understand both sides. Because what he wants to do is he wants to dismantle the federal government. Less government, power back to the people. That's what he's trying to get to with Make America Great Again. It's giving the power back to the states instead of the federal government bodying the whole every state with regulations and this. Nah, let the state come up with it. So when they talk about nationwide banned abortions, no, he's giving it back to the state. So now this will rely on the people to vote on it at a lower level instead of it being seen over by the Supreme Court, which makes sense, right? That's how I would look at it. Like, instead of you having the Supreme Court, and see, the reason why they want the Supreme Court to reverse the Roe v. Wade is because it'll make it nationwide instead of states, because a lot of people don't vote on a lower level. They only vote at the 4-year mark. But when you start voting for the lower levels and see what they're doing, then you can control the narrative of what's going on in your neighborhoods and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to look at it and wonder why are they trying to assassinate him? That's the real question. Why? He's a disruption. And if you understand the narratives they're playing, they're throwing Project 25. And then when Project 25 they ain't stick, they went with Agenda 47. But if you notice, with the Republicans, they are not smearing nobody. When we called him Sleepy Joe and we said he had cognitive problems, everybody said, no, he's not, no problem. The Democrats ran with it. Oh, his mind is good. His mind is not good. And we kept calling it. They called us conspiracy theorists. They made it seem like we was whack jobs. And then you get people like Maxine Waters that goes on these national stages and say, Trump is going to put us back in chains. We had him in office before. He ain't put nobody in chains. Remember, he put the Second Chance Act bill into place. That was a great criminal reform bill because it really targeted minorities. He put a lot of money back into the HBC. He wasn't giving money to Ukraine. When we have a president that can't even say Zelensky, yeah, he called him Putin.
Say that's your opinion.
And that is my opinion. But it's my opinion, but millions of people have seen it. The same thing I'm saying, millions of people have seen it. So I'm not saying nothing that's opinion based. This is actual facts. That he was just holding a conference at NATO. He called President Zelensky President Putin. He called the Vice President Donald Trump. He called himself the first black vice president under. I said, yo. And when this is the scary part about this, when it comes to what's happening in the Democratic Party. Now, in the Democratic Party right now, they're in shambles because they don't have nobody to run. They had handed the keys to Biden and told him to drive. And they've been saying he's been on a cognitive decline. So what we really have is he has handlers. Jill Biden. From what they're saying is a lot of people in the White House haven't been talking to him. He's been doing like little briefs and everything is preset. So who's really running the government? It's a shadow government. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. Shadow government, that's my opinion. But so what I'm saying is, who's really running the government? Why are we pushing these agendas? Why that we go to the ballot this year? We're not talking about policies. You know what we're talking about? You know what we're talking about? How they push definitely women's button, reproductive rights. For one, I think it's the dumbest shit. And I'm a Republican. I think it's the dumbest shit. I understand why. Because you can't use abortions as a contraceptive. But in the same token, what happens if a woman gets raped? What happens if it's incest? She should still have the right to abort that kid because that situation. But at the end of the day, I think personally, we should leave we should leave it alone. But who am I? I'm just another black conservative. But I still have certain views because I'm with the times. But yeah, it just be things like that. So we just really paying attention to what's going on out there. Or we're about to segue. I'm gonna segue. Oh, the Candace Owen, Don Lemon interview. Oh, I want to touch on this today. I sat and watched that whole interview in entirety. Don Lemon is very sassy. Yeah, he's part of that coalition. But what he was doing on there was very unnecessary. Like, he was like trying to get a got you moment out of her, but I ain't gonna lie to you, Candace Owen is a brilliant mind. This girl studies, and I always say, when you're walking into a debate, you better have your facts correct. She had her facts. And what they do is, what I noticed with the news is they take it out of context. They'll grab a soundbite. We know this. They take it out of context. They'll take the littlest thing and run with it. You know, so when you start understanding that and start, like, they do it with Trump a lot. Where they'll take a soundbite and run with it. And that's what they kept doing with Candace Owen. They was like, Don Lemon kept trying to get Candace Owen to call him a faggot. I didn't understand. I'm like, what are you doing? She used the term faggot in the proper English dictionary term. Babe, what's a faggot? In the English dictionary term. It's a bundle of sticks. What? Yeah, a faggot. What did she say? She was like, she had used it in the English term. She's like, I was reading a book where I had to go gather a bunch of faggots. Faggots are a bundle of sticks. Don Lemon was like, oh, so you're going to go call a gay person a faggot? She's like, I'm 35 years old with 2 kids. Why would I be walking around doing that? And I'm looking at Don Lemon. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're not part of CNN no more, but you still have that CNN. I'm going to try to get you and set you up. She was smoking him. She smoked him. She smoked him. He had that shit coming, man. Don Lemon was out of line for that. He was really out of line for that. So, real talk. So, what I'm doing on this channel is I'm kind of really just trying to break down the news in layman terms for anybody that really don't understand politics. So, yep, I'm a ghetto Republican. And we're going to break it down. So my next video, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to break down the House, the Senate, you know, all that for you in layman terms so you can understand. And we're going to start going through stuff like that. But yeah, That's gonna be on episode 2. We still here, man. We still here. Just want to be short, but yeah, we're just paying attention to what's going on out here. A lot of propaganda. You can't even really listen to mainstream media because you got to think everybody's a paid pundit, even if it's Fox, even if it's MSNBC. Oh, you know they're paid pundits. And I even said this in a last video where I was saying that there was a I'm gonna pull this up so everybody can see it. There was a law, a policy passed a long time ago where the CIA can pay Main Street media to promote what they want them to promote. So say hypothetically, an alien crash in the middle of Brooklyn. And then it go to cover up. So CIA will tell these people, oh, it wasn't an alien, it was a weather balloon. And they start spreading that. And what they do is they try to make it seem like, oh, you got it from us first. You don't need to go nowhere else to look for it. Don't even look into it. That's all it is. And I say that to say this, because that's what Don Lemon said to Candace Owen on this interview about the Holocaust. So he was like, she's like, yo, there was other tragedies other than the Holocaust because they've been attacking Christians. He laughed. She's like, what's so funny about laughing about Christians? He was like, why do you have to talk about Christianity? Why can't it just be at the Holocaust and that's it? She was like, no, because that's not how history works. History works where one story just doesn't exist. It's multiple stories, but what these people try to do is say, and it's definitely mainstream media. They always mainstream media always try to tell you, this is what you need to do. This is how it is. And they don't want you to question it. The biggest thing I'm telling anybody and what we're doing in this generation, question everything. Whatever they put in front of your face, believe there's a hidden agenda behind it. I'm starting to really believe this. What we seen today is the tip. It's not even the tip of the iceberg of what they're really doing. Oh, this was just, oh man, they Jedi mind tricked us. They fucked us today. We don't even know what they did today. Something happened today that we didn't see. The only thing we know that, you know what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go look up and see if they passed any policies today. Because that's how they do it. They set something up and they probably passed something and we don't even know. But yeah, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning to the Daniel Stevens Show. We're going to bring it back with another episode. You already know what it is.